Hey everyone, welcome to the Emotional Man live stream and podcast. It's really excited to have everyone here today. Let's see if you guys feel free to comment in the chat. Love to see who's out there. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it's pretty good weather in Arizona. Great. Well, I want to go ahead and get started. Now, today I want to talk about one of the struggles I had early on in my marriage and just career in general. I was a nuclear launch officer with the Air Force. And what that normally meant for me is I was gone from my family a lot. Now, one of the reasons why I, let go or, gave up my pilot slot when I was first awarded it was so that I could be with my family more. Now, as a missileer or a nuclear launch officer with the Air Force, it was really great because I was considered deployed in place. But what that meant was that I was constantly out in the field on alert, underground, for anywhere between 70 to 80 hours a week. And that, luckily, that wasn't, just every working day, but that was, a 32-hour shift between the time I left home, the time I came back. It was anywhere between 32 to 36 hours. Sometimes we would have to be gone for 48 hours if bad weather happened. And the most I've ever had to do was like 72 hours due to bad weather. And then once a year, we would also have something called code change, where we'd be gone for the whole week. And we had young children at that point. During my alert time in Cheyenne, we started out with two kids who were, 2 and 1 at the time. Actually, no, I think it was more like 18 months and a few months. Yeah, it was Lydia and Hiram. And during the course of our time there, we went from those two to having 5 children, with adopting the twins and having Ruth, all within that span of 5 years. And it's difficult. As many of you are parents and business owners. Solo parenting isn't easy, and being away from your family isn't easy, especially when you're trying to support them. The irony is that so many of us work so hard to support our families, yet it's that very same work that often can create the situation that separates us from the people we love most. And so the question that often comes up, especially with my clients and just business owners in general, is, how do we balance this need to be at work and be with our family? And what my wife and I had discovered over the past 12 years is that being separated doesn't necessarily have to mean being disconnected. It was easy for me, and still is, that draw the temptation to, when I'm away from family, not to think about family. It's so easy to be present with what you're doing, be present at work. But if we let ourselves to be fully present at work and not thinking of our family at all, then our thoughts and hearts are away from our family. And that doesn't mean that we have the opportunity to connect. And we can change that. There are ways that we can still be connected and still connect with our family even when we are apart. And what I've found the best way to start that process is by asking ourselves, how can I connect meaningfully with my kids and with my wife when I'm gone? And then brainstorming solutions, and then discussing it with your wife and your kids. You'll find a lot of creative ways that you can still be connected. For myself, when I was on alert, what that often looked like is I would call my wife and kids during quiet time on my alert before they got to bed. And I would talk with each one of them, talk to them about their day. And it wasn't that hard to segment off, 15, 20 minutes of time throughout my alert to do that. And then another way that we kind of build that connection is I would email my wife during the night, just letting her know how the alert went, how I was doing. And she would email me. Often she was up nursing or feeding the twins during the night. And we would just kind of chat back and forth. It's not that difficult to have just a little communication when you're apart, and to ask how they're doing, to express gratitude, to express appreciation for them. And just that little bit really helps let your partner, your spouse know that you're thinking of them. And it helps them know to feel heard and understood and connected versus just completing, not thinking, not doing anything while you're gone. So what I've found that's really helped me is, one, ask that question: how can I stay connected? And then discussing that question with your partner, spouse, and your kids. And it's great that you'll come up with all sorts of solutions. One of the things I found out that I could do, after I left the Air Force, I was working as a chief operating officer for our family, one of my wife's family company. And this often entailed traveling for weeks at a time. And while I was traveling, I was at site doing a review. But there were often times during that time when I was observing, or there's a slow period during the day where my wife and I could hop on and play a game during the day together and just chat. Uh, we can be very strategic in how we use our time. We could go and spend time with our coworkers, have lunch, and that's fine. But if you're not seeing your family, there are ways that you can segment or take that time off to be with your family. We have so many technology tools that make it easy. That it's Zoom, or just picking up the phone and calling. There's a lot of my wife and I and kids really enjoy board games. There's a lot of games that you can now play online where the whole family can participate. And we have found that it's helped us to be present. Now I work at home, and I still find it's really easy for me to not talk with my wife or kids, even though I'm at home. And I found that when I need a break, just hopping out, giving my wife a kiss, asking her how she's doing, has really helped just us stay connected during the day. And really approaching my first interactions with her with a question like, how have things been? How are you doing? And it helps us build that empathy and that understanding, that shared experience. So even though we're away, we can still connect with what's happened. And that's what I found has really helped me. I start off with the question: how can I stay connected? I discuss it with my family. We come up with some creative solutions. And that way we all know that even though while dads are gone, we're thinking about each other, we're going to connect, we're going to talk with each other. Sometimes that means praying with each other at night or in the morning, or playing a game online, or just having a simple video call or shooting text messages back and forth. And that's how, even though when we're apart, we can still have that connection. And as long as it's part of the family plan, it rolls better than thinking that our traveling parent is just gone and abandoned us. So I hope that helps everyone. It's helped me, it's helped my kids, and I really stay connected. And I want to hear, what do you all do? If you're away from your family, how do you all stay connected? Can't wait to see and hear in the comments, or just comment on the video. I'll talk to you later. Bye.